I think it is a perfect mix, right? I had the same success in mouse sports where I feel like obviously you can say I'm experienced. I've been in a few teams in my life, right? So back then we had Chris with more routine and more experience than other players. And I think having two experienced players, it obviously also depends how me and Rain is playing, right? We have to do our work in the roles we do. But in this specific scenario, me and Rain is doing a lot of space creation for the team and going for aggressive moves, and this kind of set up those three guys has to close out the rounds, so like they close out differently different ways, and I think with the young trio they have a lot of experience for their age when you look at other young players. So I think they're already very experienced, right? So but yeah, I think the way we have right now is a good mix, and we still have to perform, me and Rain, even though we bring a lot of other stuff outside, shooting people, obviously. I think the most important thing is to set them up to succeed, right? Like it's also about this with Counter Strike. I can do the perfect call and people don't hit their shots, then it doesn't really matter, right? And I could do a bad call and people hit their shots and they win a clutch, right? So for me, it's most important making them feel comfortable and create space. So if me and Twistzz is going for a duel, then I will white peak and he will then refract me, right? So I'm trying to set them up for success and trying to put them in a system where they have freedom. So if they want to go for stuff, they can do it, but I also understand what they have to do when there's certain things required them of the round, right? Playing a passive role, playing a little more aggressive role. So for me, it's just like they have to come to me if they feel uncomfortable on some maps, and we try to figure it out, right? So, my main goal is has always been to make everybody perform at their best level, and if that means I perform worse, I don't really care about that as long as their performance can push us to winning trophies, right? And that's why I'm here for. When broky first joined FaZe with Nico and Cold, I think he showed great potential, but also think during his time with that lineup, he kind of flat out a little bit and kind of was not so good as he was in the beginning, right? So I think I think especially Robin is working really good with him and making him feel good and trying to talk to him to improve his game, right? And we tried to all set him up to perform at his highest. And I think Katowice showed what he can do if he hits a really high peak, and he kind of carried us in a lot of games there with the way he's playing and the impact he had. So yeah, one of the things I always saw with broky was like sometimes he will not have that impact as you want, and I think he showed in Katowice he is improving as a player and being full focused on stage, not celebrating, and just doing what he can to perform, right? So there's always stuff to work with broky. Like it's opening is always tough, right? As an Indian leader, it's hard to always get the best out of the Ober, but I think we have a good understanding to put broky in some situations where he can play really good and show his potential. So for sure, I think he has the potential if we keep working hard to become one of the best Obers in the world, and maybe one day the best Ober in the world. But obviously, there's big names like Saiwu, Symbol, and Device, right? So there's still a step to go. But with the MVP in Katowice, he showed he's a really impactful Ober. You don't really know broky until the practice room door is closing and nobody's near him besides the team. So yeah, he's a let me put it this way: he's a special guy, funny guy, and what I love the most right now is that ropz and broky has really good chemistry, and they're just like having a lot of fun and laughing, and so yeah, I think adding ropz is also a special guy. So those two guys are having a lot of fun, right? So I think it creates a good environment for broky, and I also think that's why he performs so good in the last few events because of a good environment around him. So yeah, special guy. You don't know him until you sit down with him alone. I think for me, it's always important to have a player like Rain. That's like I always call him the loyal soldier. So if I say he has to jump through the smoke. There's no hesitation. He just does it. You know, like other players, like maybe thinking for 1 or 2 seconds if that's what they want to do. So for me, having to take map control to go to Rain, it just creates that we both know and understand each other how to move around the map and what duels should we take and what risks should we take, right? So having him does my video work also way easier. like I said, he can take map control very aggressive, and other players taking it more passively and play more percentage game when me and Rain is taking the risk to create some information. So yeah, a player like Rain is really important for me, and obviously I think everyone who played with him said he's like probably the best teammate, or if not the top 3 teammate, just the way he is as a person and what he does for the team. I mean, from the first day I joined to now, he hasn't changed at all. Like he's still the same old Hovey. He's still like very happy guy and creates good atmosphere and very chill dude. You know, he is a very special guy when it comes to that. Never complaining, never saying anything, and just like I said, a loyal soldier. So obviously he had a dip in form since I left to when I come back, and I just want the best for him. I want him to be at his highest peak, and if he not can be at that, just at where he feel comfortable, right? So I'm trying to work with him and help him to become the player he was in 2017-18. So I think he's happy I'm back. The way I call, I think he enjoys that and very explosive and creates also good situations for how he likes to play, right? So hopefully he likes how I call and how what I do for him to perform as well, right? So yeah, I mean, me and Rain has been good friends even since I got removed from the team. I still always had a good vibe and talk with him now and then. So yeah, it feels good to be back with him. We have to be at our peak. Is the next major. Obviously, I still think we can win the major, and I believe there's no favorite to this major with everything going on in the world. We obviously have to see how Navi does. But yeah, a lot of new lineups who had the time now to build a chemistry, right? So yeah, I mean, obviously, if we win Pro League, then I think everybody's looking at us as favorites to win the major. But at the major, you have to hit your peak, and if you don't win the major, and that's up to us if we can reach that peak at that point in the season.